¿Qué rollo, güey?
¿Qué rollo con el chicken pollo? Where should I stare?
This is your camera right here. But you can stare wherever you want. Tú eres la invitada.
Okay.
Let me just scoot up. I think we're good right here.
I'm nervous.
Why are you so nervous? This is literally the easiest thing ever. You're going to love it.
Because I've never done this before.
And the fact that you've never even like...
I've never done this, and I'm on here looking like a snack.
Yeah, you do.
I'm nervous.
Everybody's been waiting for you to be on the podcast.
I've been waiting for an invite.
What are you talking about? First of all, let me see if everything is recording. Camera 1, we are ready to go.
Wait on.
Camera 2, yes. Hi everybody. And camera 3, check. Yes, we are basically good, ready to go. Also looking at you like, Mom, finally you are on the podcast. Also is welcoming you to La PLATICA podcast.
What up, guys?
So, do you want to explain? You know what? The fact that you're on the podcast, you didn't even get like
I'm so nervous.
You didn't even get like a right intro. Like I always like wait for everybody to like, I give them an intro, but everybody already knows that it's you, and everybody's been waiting for you. So me being your lover boy, as a human to a human, I just want to thank you for being on my podcast, La PLATICA. La PLATICA.
I'm so nervous. I really am. This is so different because
I feel like your heart's beating right now. Why, you freak?
Because I'm like, you guys, there's like 3 cameras. There's it's a little intimidating in here. I'm not going to lie.
Really? Everybody else seems very like chill about it.
I don't know.
It's 2 minutes and you're already acting like this. Do you want me to put your song on or something?
No. If you want.
Guys, real quick, now that Karen's in the mood, I first want to thank you for everybody who actually pre-ordered all the merch.
Yes.
Se fue como pan caliente, and I cannot wait. We cannot wait to see everybody in the merch. Honestly, it's such a blessing to have the support y todo el apoyo that you guys give me and Karen. Super blessed. So super pumped on that. Like I said, me and Karen are super blessed to have you guys. I'm super blessed to have Karen on the podcast and in life in general.
Thank you for the invite. Finally.
Karen, you know damn well I've been asking you.
I'm busy.
Hola.
So I made time. Just kidding. No, it was like really random because we were just here. We were editing. It's a Friday night. And we actually were going to go to the movies tonight and go watch Bad Boy 3.
Mm-hmm. That didn't happen.
We decided to just stay in.
Edit.
Yeah, edit. Just chill because we were gone the last couple of days. And then Sebas asked me, he's like, do you want to do a podcast? And I said, if I go on, I'm coming like this.
It's because, to be honest, we traveled all week. Yeah. My dumbass didn't do a podcast on Sunday, Monday. Mm-hmm. Por way. And I was tripping. I wanted to film one with you last night, but we just got back.
You know what else you did the European way for doing it as well?
What?
Do I expose you?
You can expose me whatever. It's La PLATICA.
This fool forgot to pay.
Yeah, which is the heat.
Forgot to pay the gas for 2 months. So today we come home and there's a letter on our door that they turned off our gas. So
brand new home. Yeah. Had it for over 2 months and they already turned off our gas. I'm going to say that's my fault, sure. And I'm sorry because you ripped me a new one because of it. Because guys, when there's no gas, there's no
agua caliente.
There's no stove. There's no heater.
And it's like 40 degrees outside. So I'm freezing right now.
And Karen, being la escalofría that she is, she's like freezing cold right now. And I'm hot.
I'm always cold. I need boiling hot showers. I need hot water. I just need everything super, super hot. And we go in the car and we're just two different people. I mean, this guy wants it blasting AC and I want the heater on all the time, full blast. I just like to be warm and cozy.
And then you've been, that's what you get for putting the heater on 2 nights in a row. Me waking up at 4 a.m, sweating my
huevos
out. That's what you get. So no more heater. But anyways, that's my bad. But speaking about being hot, luckily you you're the first person, literally the first person to have a saca la botita crew neck, washed out black.
I love it.
AKA gray.
I love it. I love it. We approved of this crew neck a while ago.
Yeah.
The color, the cut, the design. It's just super comfy. I just really like it.
And it's so fun. And once again, we cannot wait to see it on you guys. You guys would be receiving that if you guys follow me on IG, ayyysebas, ayyysebas, you would see that I posted me prepping all of the clothes. Sorry, not me. Alex, the guy helping me with all this. He prepped everything for you guys. And you should be seeing it soon. And I'm super happy. But Karen is the first one to have it.
I love it.
So there you go. You can keep warm now.
I just want you guys to know that I'm drinking abuelita right here. And usually I like this with some type of milk. Some milk. But because we didn't have any heat, any gas, any fire, I had to make this with freaking water. I've never had it with water, and it's like the weirdest taste. It does not taste the same.
It tastes decent, I'm assuming.
I mean, I need another packet for like flavor, but it's okay.
Nothing like with milk.
Nothing.
Not only are you the first person to ever rock the crew neck,
I'm the first girl.
You're the first girl to ever be on La PLATICA. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. We have a lot of talking to do. We have a lot of things we're going to spill.
Oh, shit.
Well, just, our topic today.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things we're going to talk about. So I think it's good. I'll break the ice. And
I'm actually surprised that you're up right now. I thought you would be tired. Like I said,
normally I will.
It's 11 o'clock at night. And she's like,
I'm a night owl, though. I work better at night. This one's always trying to get me to work in the daytime, and I do. But if it's too early, I'm not there. And then if it's in the midday, I just feel like I'm trying to do a bunch of things before store closes and work stuff and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. So by the time I get to my actual filming, just to film, it's like 6 o'clock. And then I start prepping, and this is by the time I start, it's 8. And next thing you know, I'm finishing up at 12. So it's a bad habit. I hope to change that this year. Hopefully become more of a morning worker. And that's what we've been working on this year. I mean, so far it's about 17 days into the year, but I feel like that's one of the things we want to do is we are so blessed to do the job that we do and work on what we do. But I think it got to the point where we've just kind of had this hectic schedule for the longest time. We just kind of film whatever day of the week, and normally always lands on a weekend. And then when the weekend comes, we're like, fuck, we can't go out because we're working or whatever. So we're trying to do our job. So we work Monday through Fridays. We want to kind of treat it as a real job, and then clock out at 6 p.m. and that's it.
Just I don't know if you saw the recent podcast with Leche. You know Leche.
I know Leche. He didn't watch it. But I'll watch it soon.
he said, see Leche, she didn't watch it. He said that you should be on a 12-6-6. So what that means is 12 hours chingándole. Whether that be working out, working as in your job, hustling, being ambitious, doing whatever you need to be doing to, ponerte adelante. 12 hours.
12 hours.
Yeah, 12 hours. Just being a monster, doing what you need to do. 6 hours of you time, whether that be going to the gym, whether you just be, doing the hobbies that you like to do.
Wait, in the 12 hours?
No.
Oh, it's separate.
So there's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
12 of those is a quedarle, chingarle. 6 of those hours is you time, whether that be going to the gym, hanging out with you, doing a hobby that I like to do, and then the other 6 was sleeping.
All in one day?
It's 24 hours. And the other 6 hours is sleeping.
Got it.
But I think I need more than 6 hours.
I need more. I need a solid 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah. So maybe you can do 12.
4.
4 is fine. Fuck yeah, I do 4.
That's kind of how I do it. I feel like I do that all the time. I wake up. I wake up. Okay, it's funny because I'm a night owl, but I'm also a person that wakes up early. So I wake up between 6:30 and 7 almost every day. Sometimes 9. Actually 6:30. I'm lying. Maybe 7:30 now. 8. I go to the gym. I moved it to 9. I just feel like it's better for me. And then I come back home and then I just smash it out. That's life. So what's up?
That's the
baby?
life we live.
What's up, babe? What are we talking about today? He hasn't told me. He hasn't told me the topic. Honestly,
I mean, I'm literally just thinking about the fact that I'm not gonna shower till tomorrow.
I know. That's cool. I have hot yoga in the morning, and I'm just.
Hopefully, the guy comes before that or right at that time.
So after that happened, and I ripped Sebas a new one. I called and I got it. What?
Again.
I called. I got it situated, and thankfully, they can come out tomorrow. I'll never forget the one time that's happened to me. That's happened to me and Sebas at our other house.
That was on accident.
But this is the second time you've done this. So you guys, goes to show. This one, he's a guy that likes to wait till last minute to take care of things. But anyways, it happened in January as well. Actually, really? Yeah, because we had moved from downtown to the house in the valley, and they were not available until February 14th, and it was like 3 weeks away. And we were like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, we don't have anything available. Somehow we had the connection.
For being somebody super nervous on the podcast, you're doing pretty good right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I'm trying not to look at the camera. I'm staring at you because
I know, but like you're looking at the camera, you're like having a great conversation.
Well, yeah,
I mean, you're meant for this. I'm a
fucking YouTuber. What do you expect? This is what I do for a living.
There you go. So you're doing a great job.
But it's really like I haven't looked over there. Have you noticed that? I haven't really.
Oh no, that camera is that's a third person camera. That's not you. That's not me.
I look awful, don't guy right now.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do, baby.
This is the this is the podcast life. Mics, headphones, lights. This ain't no tutorial. Anyways, so I talk to Karen, obviously every day, but we wanted to talk about a topic that can maybe help you guys, maybe you guys are planning to do this. Maybe you guys are stuck in a rut and don't know what to do. If you guys are wondering, yes, I am wearing a hoodie that says Saca la Botita. This is just one of one. This is just an idea. I'm just sampling. Maybe I'm going to throw this out. Maybe not. Leave a comment down below if you guys do like the hoodie, Saca la Botita. Yeah, I like it too. It's kind of cool, right? Yeah. But, we're just sampling. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Me and Karen want to talk about a topic. We wanted to talk about kind of like a expectation versus reality about moving in with each other. I don't know how long you've been with your man, your girl, whoever it is. Maybe you're feeling right now that, is it time for me to move in with her? Is it time for me to move in with him? We want to talk to you guys about, kind of our story and how we kind of finally decided, you know what, let's pull the trigger. Let's finally move in with each other.
As well as like he was saying, expectations and reality as well. Like when you move in, you think everything's going to be super cool and nothing's going to happen. Everything's going to like flow. But then you realize a person is nothing like you. They're cochinos. Just kidding. That's an example.
Wow, the shade.
You guys, we have like the most sarcastic relationship. It's tough love. I promise you.
100%. Whether that be exactly what she said, the person maybe is not exactly the way that you thought they were gonna be. It might be financially. It might be. And
we'll give you guys examples of us because, like, I think you guys know so much about us at this point, but examples to know like how it was with us, especially. But
we had to adjust to each other. I think first we should talk about our expectations. Around this time, Karen was working in LA all the time. It got to a point where it was every single day.
And I lived in Inland Empire at the time, mm-hmm. in a city called San Jacinto. And I was driving. He lived in Marietta. I lived in San Jacinto. I was driving to do all my clients over there. In less than a year, I racked up 100,000 miles on my little Mazda.
Yeah.
From like the commute. That's how much commuting I was doing. So just put that into perspective of like if you're driving like a couple of days a week. I mean, sometimes it was only like 4 days a week out there. And then I would drive to Temecula and I was always driving.
Yep. Yes, you were.
100,000 miles
me
in 1
being,
year.
Me being the man, I was like, damn, like I didn't like the fact that you always were driving. Like I always felt like, man, I'll drive her, whether that be in your car or my car, I'll drive you to these spots. And these spots or these appointments, they were like, she had to do makeup. So most of the time when somebody wants to get their makeup done, it's not at 3-4 in the afternoon. It's like early as fuck. And Karen would always do weddings, events, and everything was like a 6 a.m., call out.
Yeah.
So her living in the Inland Empire, she had to wake up way before that.
Because here's the thing. When you live in the IE, especially where I lived, you have to drive down like is it a highway or like a road for about 30 minutes before you even hit a freeway. So imagine just like that drive. And I drive through like this scary ass Scientology center every single day. Then this long stretch of road that had so many accidents all the time and semi-drivers, and it's late. It's like there's not like street lights anywhere. Like it's just like a dark road for like 30 minutes. And then you finally hit the freeway, but come to realize you're still like in Inland Empire. So you still have another 45 minutes before you even hit like Chino Hills, like any of that. So I live deep. And then from there, it's like you finally like it's Chino Hills, and then you hit West Covina, and then you hit Alhambra, and then finally downtown and Pasadena, wherever, But what is like 60 miles, 80, 90 miles, whatever, sometimes it'd be like a 4-hour commute in the morning, 3-hour commute. If I left my house at 6 a.m., I would not get into let's say West Hollywood, maybe 9:30, close to 10.
Yeah.
So in order for me to get to a call time by like 8, I needed to leave my house at 4:45, 5 a.m. It's crazy.
And even if her call time was say 9 o'clock, and if she left at 8:30, sure, she could have made it, but she will leave before that because she didn't want to drive in all that traffic. Yeah. So once she got to the destination, you park, you pay to park. Obviously, in LA, you pay everywhere to park. And then maybe she'll take a nap. I'll be on the phone with her.
In my car by myself, just like parked
solo.
in a parking lot.
So anyways, that's another story. She would do that all the time. And not only that, this is what she wanted. And I was happy for her. And this is what we wanted because, where we were from, small town, we wanted to get out. We wanted to explore the world, right? Us being young and ambitious. And that's what we did. And then same with me. I was working. And then, you just get, and you guys probably understand this. If you're in a relationship right now and it's more than 2, 3, 4 years, you get to a point where you're just done dropping that person off at their pad. Yeah. Both of you might have lived with mom and dad still. That routine it's so repetitive and it sucks. It's like you want to be with this person all the time, but then at the end of the night, it's like, baby, you want to sleep over because my parents are cool with it, but your parents aren't. And then like there would be times where like she actually did, but then she would go home and she would be like semi in trouble.
Yeah. And
then I look bad. You just start to grow out of that stage of, I'll drop you off, I'll do this. It's like you start thinking we're done with this.
Yeah.
It needs to be like we need to live with each other.
And one of the reasons why like we held off from ever moving in too is we didn't have any money. Like the first 6 years of our relationship, we made enough just to pay like small bills like car, insurance, cell phone, gas.
No rent, no none of that stuff. It's literally just our car payment.
My parents are the type to never ask me ever for rent money, nothing, but I would help. I would always like offer to like, can I just at least just buy groceries or something? Because I would do whatever I could, but like, I mean, we never could really afford to actually move in with each other. So that's what's one of the reasons why we just kind of like, waited that long before we actually did. And it wasn't until I started freelancing and saved up for a long time.
Yeah.
They finally made it happen.
Which was really cool. But
I would go visit apartments that I could even afford just to get inspired,
Yeah.
I would go view apartments and I'm like, I just kind of want to see it and get an idea. And I would literally just like, I felt bad I wasted her time because they were like, oh, I'm going to sign you up. It's not. I'm like,
yeah.
No.
So she we started to work a lot in downtown. And then, it's just like, dude, let's live in downtown because downtown is so dope. And it really is. I love downtown. Like
not too far from our family either. It was like far enough to be like in LA, but we're not like, we're not deep,
Exactly. So we're just like, we finally tell ourselves like, maybe it's a good idea if we move in. Like, she's making X amount of money. I'm making X amount of money. We think that we can actually maybe pull this off. So we go to downtown LA, and I remember the first time I was just like, man, fuck, it's so much money. Like,
hell yeah.
Like rent was X amount of money, and we're like, oh my God,
Especially
like that's literally all we're gonna have. But that's not even including our car, our bills. We're not gonna live with mom and dad no more. Who the fuck's gonna feed us?
Yeah,
like
it hits you all at once when you start like adding up numbers. You're just like, oh my God, this is like impossible. Like that's how it felt for us. And it was, especially from coming from never paying rent, because both of our families never charged like like our family. I don't know if you guys are like that, or if anyone ever went through that, but like our family, like my mom, my dad never like believed in charging like us kids for rent or anything like that. My parents were always just like, no, like, you know, you work, you're doing your thing, it's fine.
My mom would always say, no me des, pero tampoco me quites. And that always stuck with me. And I was like, man, like, you know, you the homie, mom, but one day hopefully I can give you, you know, something. Yeah. Because it was true. I didn't have any money to pay rent at my mom's house. It was barely enough for me. And, you know, it gets to a point where you make X amount of money and you want to help your parents, but if you give that money to your parents, you're still back at square one again. Yeah. You can't get out of that bubble, you know? So you try to save without helping your parents, which sucks, you know, just to try to get out of this like level 1 to try to go to level 2.
I feel like I always, from a young age, because I've always had jobs since I was like 16 years old, I always would always, like anytime I'd make tips like at the restaurant or wherever, I would just like if I didn't make enough, I would always just like the restaurant always like gave me food at the end of the night, so I would bring food to the house. I would like with any tips, I would like always be like, Mom, I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna grab like milk and eggs or something else you need. Yeah. You know, little things like that. And I think that meant more to them than anything else. And I remember there was one point in my life where I was so broke and I had so many crazy weird bills and things that were due and things I was behind on, and I started having to go to like a payday loan kind of thing where it's like you pull out money like every.
I know. I didn't even know you did that. You told me that years later.
Yeah.
You know, because it's something that you probably were embarrassed to tell me.
Oh yeah, I was really embarrassed because it wasn't like I went in and like had to borrow money and then I paid it and then that was it. It was like I would go in, and for how much I made, they could only lend me $250. So they gave me $250, and then in 2 weeks you have to pay it back. So I would pay it back, only to pull it out again. So I did that for a few months until like I was able to catch up. And I felt bad because my parents had to do that sometimes too, because we didn't have any like money. So that was like the way to help out. So again, like circling back to like our story, it's like, you know, just know that guys, that like before all this happened, there was a lot of times that like just moving out seemed impossible because we didn't make any money like that, and it just looked impossible. So I always been blown away people that can afford, like, you know, it doesn't matter where you live, you can afford to live like on your own and support yourself, your family. Like that's incredible. That's like so incredible to be able to do that. You know, especially when I hear girls or like single parents in general or anything like that, it's mind blowing. Like just, you know, how it all is. Mm-hmm.
So coming back to the topic, because I think we can go on about, you know, this. We can probably relate to everybody. We're just like you know, there's always a struggle to get to a destination. There's always obstacles. But going back to what we were talking about, so we finally in downtown, and that was real quick. That was like our goal to live there. And I said, because downtown is dope. Like, and I manifest that for like 2 years. I said, I want to move to LA, and when I do, I want to move to downtown. Mm-hmm. And I saw these really cool apartments one time. I want to live there. I kept saying that, and it's like I kept like manifesting it. Like I'm gonna move in there one day. And I said, if I don't live in downtown, like I'm not good, because my mom was like, why don't you just live like, I don't know, like in like Riverside or something.
West Covina. And I was like, and no shade from West Covina. I was just kind of like, if I'm gonna move out of here, I'm gonna move to like where I want to move to, not just settle because I want to, you know, move out. It's not that I want to move out, it's that I need to move closer to work and what makes more sense and more convenient. Mm-hmm. Time to me is important. Like I wasted more time driving than I did like anywhere else. So that was like my goal.
So I remember being in Murrieta still. We were at a gas station and we literally looked at each other and we were like, let's just fucking do it, because, you know, the day prior we were in LA and we looked at some houses. We looked at a high rise that we really liked, and we were like, fuck, I think we can do it. I was working in downtown LA too, cutting hair, so it was perfect for us. It was literally perfect for us.
Yeah.
So we literally go the next week, and fuck, we just did it.
Yeah.
We did it, and then and it's so funny because go for it. I'll let you.
No.
So we did it. And we were so happy that we did it. And we were so like, I told my parents, and, I was kind of sad, and if you're going to do that, you're going to get super sad because, I moved out for a little bit before when I was like 18, 19, but I'm not going to count that because that was kind of like me being stupid. And this is another thing that you guys need to understand. If you don't have money and if you barely can make it, and you want to move out just because you don't want to be at your parents' house or wherever you're at, and if you barely have money, still, I don't think you should do it. Yeah. I don't think you should do it. It takes away the fun of moving out. Yeah. If you're wanting to go on your own or have a roommate or move in with your girl, but you guys are barely going to cut it, that's going to just bring more problems. You're going to fight with your girl because there's no money, so that's going to cause stress. You're not going to live a comfortable life. I do not suggest that because I did it. I moved out. I had no money. And then guess where I ended up? Back to my parents.
Like 3 months later.
Exactly. But not 3 months, but like,
But here's the thing. If you want to move out or you have no choice, like you can move out. Just make sure that you can, like for example, if you can find a place that's in your budget, but it's still kind of tight. Cut things you don't really need out. Cut drinks, eating. I mean, not eating. Eating.
Damn, cut eating. Do not eat.
Cut eating now, cut drinking, like with your friends on the weekend. Like cut those little things that you could save up for something else instead. I think that's like one of the biggest things I can recommend to do because I feel like some people at some point if you don't have a choice, you get kicked out, whatever. Like you have to make something work, but definitely make it work like in your budget and cut out things aren't as important. Even Netflix, like what's it, $14 a month now? Something like that?
Yeah, like 7? 14, 15.
I don't know, something like that. Like, you can cut that out. You know what I mean? Like, your friends, your homies can share passwords, make it work. You got to start doing little things like that to just really make it work.
So we move in, and we're super excited. And our expectations in the beginning were, yeah. Oh my God, this is like the coolest thing ever, which it was super sick. It's like the best feeling. So if you can move out, do it. It's a part of being an adult. Like and it's the best feeling. It's such an accomplishment. But anyways, we move in, and Karen just cries for like a fucking month straight.
Every day I was sobbing in tears. Like you guys have no idea. I think it was almost 2 months of me crying.
Like we wanted this like so bad, and then all of a sudden, the fucking everything just turned like from black to white. And then it's like, oh my God, I don't know if we did like, I don't know if this was like the best idea. I think I made a mistake.
You guys have no idea. I cried for, I want to say almost 2 months straight. I cried every single day. Ask them till this day. I still FaceTime my parents every single day. I have to FaceTime them every day. I need to talk to them. I need to see them on camera every single day. I just love my family a lot. And I think that's the thing is because I moved out when I was 18. I was like a little bit rebellious at 18 because I was like, I'm 18. I'm a fucking grown ass muchacha. I can do what I want. And my parents were like, yeah, right. Like you can't even like afford a gas girl. Like what are you talking about? You're a grown ass woman. But when I was 18, I was on this like, I want to move out. And it didn't work. I think
everybody's like that too.
Yeah, but it didn't work out. I didn't have any money. I worked at a restaurant. I was literally making minimum wage, which was like $7 at the time. Like,
well, at least you were ambitious.
Yeah, but I was like, I want to move out. Well, I was more like that because I just wanted freedom and I wanted to go out. Then you get over that. And then time went on and I moved out barely 4 years ago. What was I, 26 years old? Mm-hmm. So it hit me harder moving out at 26 because when I was 18, you're still a kid. You're still kind of dumb and you're just kind of like not sure where life's going. And I don't know about you guys. For me, it was like, you almost look at it as like, I'm young. Like my family's going to be there. I'm young. But when you're older, it's kind of like, no, I love my family. Like my parents are older now. Like me moving out made me like love my parents more than ever because me moving out the age I did made me love them more because I appreciated them more as I got older. I mean, I always have, but as I got older, I appreciated my parents so much more. And I just kind of felt like, what are they going to do without me? Like the last year that I was like freelancing and making like a decent amount of money, I was helping them, and I just felt like I was kind of their backbone for them. And I felt like I was one of the strong ones in the family. Like I really kept everyone together, and I helped out as much as I could.
So to leave, that was kind of
like I betrayed them. And my dad's really emotional, so my dad was like crying. My mom was more like, oh, okay, you'll be back. I mean, my mom was more like, you'll be fine pretty much. But my dad was really sad. My dad said he slept in my room for about a week or a month, I think. He said he was just so sad. But me and my dad are so close, but I literally cried so much. Yeah. Like, so I was at one point almost like, Karen, you just want to move back? Like, I feel terrible at this point. You're so you're miserable.
I don't think I said that because I was like, hell no, you stuck now with me. But
no, you did. You said we can move back. And I was like, no,
I was just saying that to make you feel better.
I was like, it's fine. But I mean, I'm talking morning to night, sobbing my eyes out.
Yeah.
I felt bad. I'm going to cry thinking about it.
So we don't cry. It's okay. Here.
My eyes working a little more.
I know, god damn. Guys, Karen is so super emotional, which I love. I love that about her.
Like my feelings get hurt so easily, and especially if he says something to me, like he can't throw jokes at me. Like he can, but they have to be like the way you talk to like a 5-year-old.
Why do you think we don't prank each other?
Oh hell no.
Yeah, but we got a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 1-sala apartment, but it was dope. Like that's all you need. And then I just remember we had no furniture. I mean, we just moved in. No furniture at all. I remember we brought, I think, her queen bed from your house and a couple of your other things because I didn't have shit.
Yeah.
I fucking brought my PlayStation and my clothes, like legit, and my car. Oh, yeah. We used all your nice shit.
Yeah.
But before we did that, we got the keys before we took the U-Haul. So I remember she was just crying in that 1-bedroom. I remember perfectly. It was like gray wood floors. And then we were just looking at it downtown, all the lights. It was so beautiful. But I'm right here and Karen's crying and I'm just like, fuck. Like, what the fuck?
It was so bad.
Like, we just put a fucking deposit down. Fucking cheer up.
I'm not even exaggerating, you guys, how bad it was. I just felt like my parents died. Like, that's how bad it was.
Yeah, so... Boom, check. Before you move out, just make sure you're emotionally stable.
No. I was gonna say, but if you move out, it's okay to cry, guys. It's okay to miss your family and feel like you're almost betraying them. It's okay because you love your family. Like, trust me, it is okay. Like, don't feel like you're alone because it hurts. It's almost like you're closing a chapter of your life. And for me, I closed a chapter of like my whole life. My 26 years, I've only lived with my family. Yeah. So imagine closing that and it's like, okay, like I'm legit a big girl because there's no turning back anymore. This is like a whole new life we're getting into. And for me, it was just more like hurt. So if you guys ever move out and you feel sad or you feel like, what's my mom going to do without me? What happens if something happens to them and I'm not there? Like, it's normal to feel that way because I feel like us as children, some of us really step in as almost providers and protectors of our parents. Like, I feel like if something were to happen to my family, but if I'm home, it's different versus me being like in LA, I would have felt guilty that I'm here and they're there, you know? And especially because the area they lived in wasn't the best. And I was like, how am I living in a nicer place with my parents? Like, I felt terrible about that too. Like,
and that was
the hardest part.
I think to me, that was the hardest part.
For both of our families.
And sometimes it still is.
Yeah.
I mean, not as much anymore because we try to help our family as much as we can, and we do. But to me, that was the hardest part is me being, I'm not saying that my family was living in like slums or anything like that. No. But, you know, you get to a point where you love your family so much and, you know, we're so happy. We got a cool little apartment. We're doing this. We started to travel. Work started to be really good.
We're just living a completely different life.
Completely different life. But months before we were living a life with our family. Yeah. So now I felt that leaving, you know, our nest with our mama bird and papa bird and then flying on our own and actually flying, like flying, as in like good. That really made me feel like, fuck, like, I hope they're not looking at me like, dang, this guy just left. And
that's what I mean, betrayal. That's how
I know.
That's how I felt.
So that's another thing for me, is that I felt that shit. Like, I just don't want my parents to think that I just dipped on them for a better life. But I just had to understand that my parents didn't feel that way. Your parents didn't feel that way.
No,
if anything, they were happy for us. But I do feel like me and Karen are such down to earth. She's super humble. I think I'm super humble.
I just thought
we're just good people, so we worry about those kind of things.
Yeah.
But I think that was the most hardest thing for me. And then the hardest thing following that was getting accustomed to living with
each other,
to living with a woman,
and living with a cochino guy. We gotta throw that one in there. So that's the second thing.
So the second thing is be prepared
to be completely different. To be
completely different. And in the beginning, I think it was actually difficult, because one thing is, we love each other. Yes, we're together. We you know, this is what we want. But there's a completely, I don't care how long you've been with somebody, when you live with them, fucking different.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm not gonna.
And I don't think it really hit us until like 6 months after living with each other, because after like the first month and two of me crying, it finally like, okay, cool, it's exciting now.
Yeah.
So now it's like, let's find pieces, and then I started realizing like our styles are different. Like this one wanted to put posters in the apartment.
I was like, what about like a Michael Jordan poster up there and a Kobe one over there?
I said, you can put it in your closet where your clothes hang. When you move the clothes, they'll be right there for you. But I was like, I said, are you kidding me? Like, no.
Yeah.
And he wanted posters. He wanted like, he just wanted like.
I remember it's a one bedroom, one sala.
He wanted
one kitchen,
man cave, and I get it, but you have to. It's compromise. You have to compromise with each other. That's the biggest thing. And he wanted this, he wanted that, and then we just both. I mean, at the end of the day, I kind of won the compromise.
I mean, obviously, I feel like the guy will always let the woman, aka the queen.
No, but I still wanted but I didn't put like a rose gold couch and make it girly. Like I took a lot into consideration. Like, okay, you know what? Like, obviously, I don't want him to have like a pink, sparkly blankets and whatnot.
The house was like, unisex.
Yes, I made it very like masculine with the girl touch. Like I added grays, and so it's like really getting to know each other was the thing. And one thing about Sebas is like he's never cared for like decoration. So like, for example, like when I'm sure a lot of girls in here can agree that if you live on your own or you have like a house or whatever, we have them decorative towels in the bathrooms, right? This one didn't know that, there's decorative towels that you don't touch and then there's towels that you touch. This one would like straight up wash his ass with the decorative towels and then throw it back on there. And I'm like, okay, first of all, ill. Second of all, you just ruined like the perfection of it. So it was things like that like was hard to get used to.
I didn't wash my ass.
Okay, your balls.
I didn't wash my balls. Okay, I didn't know that these decorative towels that they're just there to look at, you weren't supposed to use them to dry your fucking hands. What towels are for?
No, not at all.
Look, now I get it. Yeah, you want your bathroom to look all pretty, whoop-de-wop. Okay, cool. But at that time, I didn't know that these are decorative towels. Anyways, I got accustomed to it.
Yeah, but it was...
And then, remember when we had your cousins over? Or was it my cousins? And then they were in the bathroom and they used the decorative towels. And I looked at Karen and I was like, oh, fuck.
It was my cousin.
Your cousins, right?
And his friend. They came in to visit us.
They used the bathroom, and then I totally forgot about the decorative towels.
It's not even a big deal.
Is it though?
We don't even have them anymore. Like, it is what it is.
And her cousins went in real quick. Her cousins went in the bathroom, and there was just a massacre of decorative towels and water everywhere.
It was all over the.
And then I was just like, oh my god! Like, I felt like I was gonna get my ass whooped.
No, so it's like that. So for me, like I grew up. So let's backtrack a little bit to life. Like I grew up being very like, as you guys know, I love to organize and put labels on stuff, and I just like to be clean. I like to know where my things are at. It's a lifestyle. It's not for everybody, but guess what? living with me like that, you love it now because you're like, I know where shit's at. Like that's the amazing part about it is that you know where things are at now.
I'm definitely not gonna lie. I once thought to myself, God damn, she's crazy. Like you literally just said, put labels on shit. Like you're crazy, right? But hold on. I'd rather have somebody like that than a fucking puerca.
Yeah.
Fodonga ass fucking muchacha. Like, you know, I gotta choose my battles. Do I want a fucking fodonga ass cuachala? Which if you don't know Spanish, that just means like somebody lazy, like doesn't take care of themselves, slob, messy. Or am I gonna have somebody who's, you know, very
You swear. I'm not like crazy. I'm just
don't put your eyes that huge. I'm not crazy.
Listen, growing up,
like I feel like when you talk, like keep talking, talk and make it more intense. I'm not crazy.
I can't lift my eyebrows up anymore. I have Botox. It doesn't want to move. No, but it's like for me, it's one of those things that I like. Okay, we're completely different people. We come to realize that till this day. So hold on, before we move into the organizing stuff, it's like we're very, very different. When we first moved with each other, he didn't know that I'm someone that likes to do laundry, and I just do laundry like, I don't know, one day of the week I'll pick to do laundry. You wash your plates as you go. You kind of just like clean up as you go. Like it's like common sense. And with him, it's more like he would just leave things and expect like the toilet paper roll to like, you know, fill itself back in. He still leaves a thing there. I'm sure a lot of guys do. He's really good at plates now, but before he was like leaving plates everywhere, leaving a mess. He'd be the type to come out of the bathroom and have to wipe down the mirror. You guys know that's like the most annoyingest thing to do ever. But he would do that. Toothpaste all over the sink. Like, I mean, just a guy. And for me moving in, I'm like, I feel like I'm living with my brother. Like, you're messy. Yeah. Your underwear everywhere. Like, it was just one of those things that it was hard for me to get used to. And I'm like, there's a laundry basket right there. Can you please just put it in there? Can you please close the lid? Oh, no, I have the lid problem. I don't put lids on tightly and I spill everything all the time. But it's like... Yeah. But it's like things like that I was not prepared for. And with him, he's never really lived with anybody super clean. So he's like, oh my God, this girl's psycho. And I'm like, just clean as you go, please. Just clean as you go. Like, that's all I want in life. So
expectation, moving in with your girl, your guy, you know, you think things are going to be like, let's go to the movies and then come back and then, you know, kiss and cuddle and this and that. It's not like that.
Nope.
I mean, it is like that for a little bit like that. But for the most part, you know, it's cool because it's beautiful because you start to really know each other in a different level. And shit, I feel like some people probably go through that and they literally probably break up.
Yeah. Like
for sure. Don't think that other person is wrong. Don't think that, you know, it's and don't be the person too that I've had to tell Karen too, like, hey, just because you think that's right doesn't make it completely right.
Yeah.
Like, there's some things that I even told myself, like, dang, like, I'm so like one-minded on certain things. I need to understand that this is not just my house. This is not just my room. It's also hers. So I have to be in a position where I'm just like, you need to learn that it's not you anymore.
Yeah.
So once again, in a relationship, don't think that this is your world and the other person's living in it. Don't. That's just going to cause problems. But we've learned to understand one another. And I mean, still to this day, I'm still like, God damn.
Me too. No, still to this day, we're still getting, we've been living with each other for 4 years and we're still getting to know each other. And, you know, little by little, it's like you fix these little issues. But I think like the biggest thing is just like understanding and communicating and just kind of like compromising. Like that's like the biggest thing you have to do. I think it's important to communicate, like honestly, like that way everyone's on the same page and there's no confusion at all and there's no issues. Yeah. And I mean, I can't stress that enough.
Guys, comment down below. Like, is your story similar to Karen and myself? Or are we the only ones? Because I'm pretty sure everybody goes goes through this.
No, I'm positive. I mean, there's more and more, but I think like, yeah, moving in, like I expected like completely different, like just everything. And then you realize it's like, damn, this is like adulting AF. Like there's a lot of stuff you got to do. And it's like also like one thing too that I come to realize that when you live with each other, you have to still date. You still have to like treat each other like you still love each other. Because I think some people move in and then they're like, well, I live with her, so, or live with him, I don't really have to, I can go out with my friends, or we don't have to do this anymore. Then it gets boring, you know? So still treat it as if you're dating. I recommend having movie nights. You still have to like build that what's it called?
Chemistry?
Kendall? No, Kendall though, no.
Oh yeah, you still have to rekindle the fire.
Yeah, just like that. Rekindle the fire. You still have to do that, and you still have to make it exciting and fun. Otherwise, you'll feel like you're living with a roommate. And we all know roommates do not last. Like I have so many friends that I moved in with, like a lot of girlfriends I moved in with roommates, and I mean, if they made it out there, that is amazing. But most of them have not, because it just doesn't work out. You're two different people trying to like make it work. So when you're in a relationship, you are a little bit more ballsy to talk to each other and say things and lay things out because you're with that person. So, you know, it's unfortunate, like when people are like, oh, we were together for X amount of years, we broke up, we lived together, we broke up. Like that sucks, because that's usually when it happens, is living together. You get sick of each other. You have to learn to also like, you know, have your time apart. Like we're so grateful now to live in the house that we do. And because of that, you know, Sebas has down here the room where we do the podcast at, and editing and office, and it's also kind of a little bit of a man cave. So I think this is nice because he could do really whatever he wants here. Like there's literally McDonald's toys right there. Like I don't say anything about this room anymore. I've tried to help him so much. I'm like, you know what?
And that's the thing. That's the thing.
It's him.
You have to learn that this is me.
Yeah.
You got to give me at least one thing. I have one room.
I don't say anything anymore.
You have many rooms.
Shut up.
But yes, it's like the thing. Like maybe she doesn't understand some of my things, but she needs to know. Karen, Iluvsarahii, needs to know that this is how I like some of my shit. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you guys are really trying to move in with each other and you guys can, go for it. Go for it. If you think that your parents are going to be super sad about it, it's okay, because your parents need to know, and it's healthy for them to know that you're growing up. And once you start doing it and they see that, they respect you a lot. They respect you. You don't just become this son or this daughter. You become a woman that, oh, that's my daughter, but ya está grande.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure your parents now look at you like, psh, you don't tell you, they don't, you know. No. I'm not saying they don't tell you nothing, but I'm just saying like they look at you in a different way now ever since you moved out. Like, ya eres grande, and you know, they respect that. And you know, maybe my parents say the same thing about me.
One thing too that I forgot to mention to you guys is that moving out with Mexican parents as a woman, moving out with the boyfriend, was kind of an issue. It doesn't look right to parents, you know. I think I was really scared to tell them I was moving out with Sebas because he's my boyfriend. Even though we're not married, we're dating, like all that stuff.
Like, and we've been with each other for, you know, X amount of years. Since I was 19, she was 20, 21.
Yeah.
And then now we're, you know, 25, 26, whatever.
At the time,
that still doesn't really matter, I feel like, to your dad or to your mom, you know, and your parents are.
My mom at first,
you know,
my mom didn't say anything. My mom didn't say anything. My dad was the one that made it a little awkward. I mean, it's a Mexican dad. You guys know how Mexican dads are.
Like guy to
Latin
guy.
dad, yeah. It's just like, I mean, I don't know if it's for anybody, but I know like Mexican dads are a little bit more strict than
I'm sure
most
that's every
dads
guy, though,
that I know about. Yeah, and that was really uncomfortable at first. I actually never even really said anything because it was just like awkward. And then he asked Sebas, and that was like the awkwardest thing ever. It was really awkward. But after that, it was just kind of just like, it is what it is. Like, look, like I'm not doing anything wrong. But they still, I think they wanted the whole like get married first, then move out.
Yeah. I mean, we can go into a deeper topic about that and things, but he did have a conversation with me. I do remember, but as a man, I had to talk to him as a man as well. And I said, hey, you know what? Like, I'm sorry that you feel this way, but you know, I'm gonna take care of your daughter, and we're happy. So if you can respect that, you respect that, and you take it any way you want. But I'm gonna do me. It's a different story if I took his girl and started doing pendejadas.
Yeah. Now it's not like that. Now they like love
or we
him.
go and we start struggling, or which is fine to struggle. But I'm just saying, like, we were doing bad things, and he didn't see us like strive in life. That's different. But if you see me and we chilling and we doing good and we're doing our thing and we have a good head on our shoulders.
Yeah.
Like,
No, now they don't. That's not even this subject. Now they come over here and they're making hamburgers for everybody.
Yeah, like, so that's the thing. Like,
completely different.
If you're scared to do that, I always tell people, like, don't be too scared of your parents, because your parents, they have so much power over you. But if you show your parents that you can do something, and you actually show them that you do it, their perspective, with you completely changes.
Yeah.
They respect you more as an actual person who can actually do it.
Yeah.
So
most definitely.
Like for example, Karen's assistant, amazing person. Her name's Millie. I think she was saying that she pierces her nose or something. Like her parents were gonna trip.
And I said, Millie, you're about to graduate. From UCLA.
I was like, Millie, you smart. You got a good head on your shoulders. If you think that you want to pierce your fucking nose, just fucking do it. Like, your parents aren't gonna
bad influence.
Like, your parents aren't gonna fucking say anything. And if they do, they're only gonna say it for a little bit. But if you continue to be this great person that you are, there's no reason why they should tell you no.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody, if you guys follow Millie, I'll just put her Instagram. It's gonna be her birthday. Is it her birthday tomorrow?
It is her birthday.
Everybody go wish Millie a happy birthday.
Millie.
She's super amazing, and we love her, and she helps us a lot. So helps Karen a lot. She helps me,
But she's a good girl. She's about to graduate from UCLA, and she's got a good head on her shoulder.
Yeah.
But it's funny because she was saying how we're talking about how like she's afraid to pierce her nose because obviously she's afraid to pierce her nose because obviously her parents will be upset. But I remember, like, when I tell you guys, when I was actually a really good kid growing up, but at one point I was a little rebellious, like maybe around 16 years old. And when I was 16, I went on like this crazy like emo scene girl phase, and I stretched out my ears, which is why my ears, you guys see they're always hanging. I gotta get it fixed, and I'm just terrified of like the surgery. But I like stretched my ears so like the size of like a nickel, which that is huge. I went and got my nose pierced. I got my septum pierced right here. Can you guys imagine me with the septum piercing? I pierced my Monroe in class. Like, I was just this girl that was just rebellious like that. But I would come home and I would just hide everything, and my parents wouldn't see it. And one day my dad was like doing something on the computer, or doing something at the table. I don't remember what he was doing, but he was like sitting, and I like walked up and I like went like this. I was like, "Hi, Dad." I was talking to him, and he like looked up at me and he's like, "What the hell is in your nose?" And he saw like all the rings hiding, and I got in trouble. I had to take everything out. I had to give it to them all, and they were like, "No, we don't want you doing that stuff. Like, don't be doing that." They were so they were pissed at me because I was like 16 years old. Like, that's such a different age, and during the time, like, that look was like unacceptable. Like, you didn't see anybody with the septum like at all. My dad said that I look like a bull, and my mom's like, "Te voy a jalar de la nariz." Like, they were like really clown on me. But it's like I do that stuff and I look back and I'm like, why did I do things like why did I like? Why was I so I felt like I wasn't a bad girl. Like I said, I was a good kid, but there was some stuff that I look back at and I feel bad about it now. I'm like, dang, like.
It's growing up.
And like I'm telling you, when you're older and you move out, you start to feel really bad about it. You're like, dang, I feel bad that I like ever snuck out, or that I went to parties, or I did things I shouldn't have done, or I ever talked back to you guys. Like, you think about that. So like when you move out, you kind of feel you feel bad, like terrible, and you're just like, oh my God, like,
yeah,
I want to take care of my family forever.
Yeah, it's just growing up.
It is, guys.
Life's a trip.
It really is.
But I think that's all the time we have left for today. Hopefully we helped you guys out.
We can go on for so long.
I'm telling you, I always tell everybody on the podcast. I always tell everybody on the podcast, this shit goes by quick. And hopefully it goes by quick with you guys too, because I don't want to make you guys feel like we're just dragging shit on. Yeah. But for everybody who follows La Platica, Me and Karen really, really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. It's my 2020 goal is to be consistent. I know that 2019, maybe a little bit of 18, when I started YouTube, I wasn't as consistent. But I'm really trying to make it, pop.
Yeah,
and it's
sure.
all help and all thanks to you guys. So once again, LaPlaticaPodcast.com. You can find merch for La Platica. And also on LaPlaticaPodcast.com, since we're already going to be selling merch there, me and Karen are already brainstorming on a lot of ideas for Karen. So you guys can have things that are, uniquely, Karen certified. So once again, follow us on Spotify. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple Podcasts on your iPhone. A lot of people have been asking me if we're going to be on iTunes. Yes, I'm still trying to figure that out. But for now, it's just Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Thank you for everybody who actually watches La Platica. We going up.
Also, I'm inviting myself again on here. So if you guys have any other topics you guys ever want us to touch base on, we would love to. I mean, I would love to. At least this was actually fun. I'm telling you guys, I was so nervous when I came on here, but it's actually really fun and it's kind of nice.
Did you like it?
Yeah, this is chill. I felt very relaxed.
Easy.
I actually love that I'm like not wearing any makeup. It feels so good to just.
Dang, next time she's gonna be coming in here with a fucking towel on her head and everything.
We should do like masking together.
It's La Platica. We don't mask.
Are you too manly for that?
I'm pretty manly.
Anyways, like I was saying, like, if you guys ever want us, like, certain topics, like, send it over because we love your guys' idea. I think we got this idea from someone that sent it to us. They were like, you guys, can you talk about moving in, like, what to expect? And I was like, that's a good one right there because I wish I would have known just little things,
I'm pretty sure.
Hopefully we touch base on all this stuff that you should
100%.
know.
Yeah, 100%. I think everybody for sure is going to relate. I want to know the struggles that are happening in your guys' household, what your man does that you guys still struggle with, what your girl does that she keeps doing.
Yeah, let us know if you guys if your person is like one of us. You got the clean one, or you do have the cochino one.
Who's Sebas and who's Karen?
Yeah.
Let us know.
We could do a poll.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram at ayyysebas. You already know who the lovely Iluvsarahii is. And thank you for watching. Like this video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't like it. Me vale. Subscribe to our channels. And we'll see you on la próxima plática.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.